Okay. Okay. Adikshit. You'll do Vakratunda Mahakaya today? Okay. You can start. Okay. 1 minute. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, start.
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुर्मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा.
Guru Saraswati Namastubhyam, who wants to do? Athar, do it, yes.
सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा.
Very good. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu. Viren, yes.
गुरुर् ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुर् साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः.
Uttama. Good. So now that we have done the Prarthana Shloka, last time what all we did, we are going to recap that now. Who wants to start? Who wants to start with, yes, Shriyan, start.
Sir, last class you told us why did Krishna sing the Bhagavad Gita and who sang the Bhagavad Gita?
You said why Krishna started the Bhagavad Gita in between the war. Why is it that they had to do something?
Yes, sir.
Correct. We also discussed, what else did we discuss? We also discussed the fact that there were free will is a very important concept which is there only with human beings. Correct? So Hamsini, question for you. Are you able to speak or you will not be able to speak also?
Sir, I have a very light fever. I have a lot of cold. I don't think I can speak much today.
Don't worry, no problems. We will get everybody else to speak today. Okay, so you can just listen for now. Okay, then what else did we discuss? Anything else that we discussed? Anything else that you remember from the, yes, Viren, tell me.
So like the 100 kids.
100 children of Yudhishthira, of Dhritarashtra, and 5 children of Pandu. Okay, who knows the 5 names of the Pandavas?
Sir, I can try a little bit.
Yes.
Sir, Bhima, Arjuna, Yudhishthira, and that's it, sir. I don't know the other 2 Pandavas.
You don't know the other 2. Who was the eldest?
Sir, the eldest was Yudhishthira, I guess.
Yudhishthira, you guess. Okay, Yudhishthira was the eldest. Who knows the other 2 names? He said Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna. Other 2. Anisha, do you know who are the other 2? Viren knows. Viren will answer. Okay.
Sir, Nakula and Sahadev.
Nakula and Sahadeva. Okay. Then you had the 5 Pandavas, right? And they were in the middle of a war. And then suddenly what happened? Arjuna said, let's please, Krishna was the Sarathi. Who is the Sarathi?
Sir, charioteer.
Charioteer. Correct. One who drives the chariot. Okay. Now, when the charioteer, what did Arjuna tell Krishna?
Sir, Arjuna told Krishna that I'm fighting between my cousins, so I don't want to hurt anyone. I'll be your charioteer, he told.
Arjuna was the charioteer?
No, sir. I mean, he told I will not fight this war.
I'll not fight this war. But before that, he said, place this one in between 2 armies. That he said, no? Correct. And what happened when he saw that? This is what he said, is what you are saying, Shriya. That he said, I'll not fight the war. So let me give you an analogy. Okay. All of you are going to write some sort of a competitive exam at some point in time. Let us say some of you say 5 years down the lane or 7 years down the lane, whatever class you are in, depending on that, you'll write some sort of a competitive exam somewhere. It could be an NTSE exam for a NCRT, or it could be a simple KV.
Olympiad.
Olympiad, it could be a math Olympiad, it could be a science Olympiad. So many competitive exams you keep writing, no? Yes, sir.
Sir, even logic quiz.
Logic quiz, yes, you can write so many exams, right? And you definitely prepare for the exams before you go there, correct? Anybody who goes to an exam without preparation? Anybody? Nobody goes to an exam without any preparation, correct? Now, Arjuna also did the same thing. He had prepared so much, and this war was his examination. He had prepared so much that for 13 years he had prepared. Not small, not something 3 days preparation, 4 days preparation. No. He was doing a preparation all through 13 years. He had done so much tapas for that examination. All of you prepare for Olympiads. All of you prepare for Model United Nations. All of you prepare for SATs. Correct? Arjuna also had prepared. Now let us say you all have prepared for the exam. On the day of the exam, the beautiful day of the exam, what do you want to do on the day of the exam? Okay, right. Somebody who is not yet answered. Not Rian right now. Athar.
Sir, you will write the exam.
You will write the exam, no? You'll go to the exam, sit in the exam and write the exam. Correct? Right. Okay. Anybody, Shraddha, would you say that you don't want to write the exam ever?
No, sir. I will write because
you will write. No, it's the most logical and the most logical thing to ever do.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
But what did Arjuna do? Let us say in the examination hall, you are sitting and you see, your own classmates are also sitting. In the same examination hall, you'll have your classmates also, no? And let us say you start saying, maybe if I write this exam, I will get more marks, but that fellow may not get more marks. My friend may not get more marks. My friend may not pass. So I should withdraw. Is anybody going to do that? No? Anisha, would you ever do that?
No, sir.
No. But this is exactly what Arjuna was doing.
Sir, but I will hope if he can get good marks. But I won't keep myself like being results.
Correct. You'll say, okay, both of us can get. But let's say somebody who's been cheating and who's been getting more marks in the class, but here you have a fair opportunity to win over that exam. What will you do? Will you hope for that? Let us say you have some classmate who was cheating and has been always getting more marks than you. You have been very sincere. You have only put in effort. Without cheating, you have always got marks. Right? Duryodhana was that sort of a fellow who was always cheating. And for 13 years, Arjuna had wished that no, I have to come back and win this war. But then what happened in between? He said, no, I see friends, I see my grandfather Bhishma, I see my Guru Drona on the other side. How can I ever fight? And what if I fight? There will be so many people will die. What will happen to their families? So these were the thoughts that were coming in his mind. None of the thoughts were wrong. So what did he do? He said, I will not fight. I'll run away from the war. Anybody who will do that? Pranav, would you do that? Run away from your exam hall?
No, sir.
No, you will go and write the exam and make sure you come first. All of you want to come first. Right? But Arjuna said, no, I will not do it. This is what he said. Then Krishna got worried. What is happening now? 13 years. Imagine what will happen if you tell your parents, I will not go write the exam now because somebody else should get more marks than me. What will your parents say? Can you imagine the situation? So that is where Krishna said, okay, now things have to be taken into control. Things have to be done something differently. So Arjuna has to be motivated to get into the war. Otherwise, there is no point. Everything is lost. He has prepared so much. And that is when he started. Okay. So let me just give you a brief how it looks like, what the war looked like, and what Gita looks like. We have studied this, no? Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavata narayanena swayam vyasena gratitam purana munina madhye mahabharatam advaitamrita varshinim bhagavatim ashtadashadhyayinim ambatvam anusandadami bhagavad gite bhavadveshinim. Last time Sri Hamsini was explaining what this shloka means. Sri Hamsini, are you able to speak?
Sir, I would actually like to withdraw of speaking because I need to take a lot of rest.
Yeah, don't. I will explain this. Okay. So Sanskritam is a very interesting language. It's a very beautiful language, in fact. In fact, this concept applies to all languages. Let us see what happens here. If you look at this shloka, Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavata narayanena swayam vyasena gratitam purana munina. It goes on. Then anusandadami. Let us say I tell you, I will give you a statement. I am reading a book in a room. I am reading a book. I am reading a story in a room to a child. Okay, you might want to write this down. I am reading a story in a room to a child. Okay, anybody who can repeat this statement? Who will repeat this statement? Yeah, Viren.
Sir, can you tell this statement again?
I am reading a story to a child in a room. Okay. Now, any sentence. Viren, can you repeat that?
I am reading a story to a child in a room.
Good. Now, what is the verb in this statement?
Reading.
Reading. Everybody knows what a verb is? Understands what a verb is. Very good. So, reading is the verb. So, when you say reading, I can attach a lot of questions to this verb. Okay, in English or any language for that matter. What are the two types of sentences I can construct? One is a factual sentence. There is a tree outside my house. Correct? That is a factual statement. Or I can construct a sentence just like what I constructed using a verb. Is there any other form of sentence I can construct? You're all very good with English. Anybody? Neil?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other form of sentence I can construct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me.
Wait, what's the word again? To like. Yeah.
The question is, I can either have a statement in a sentence, a factual statement, like say there's a tree outside my house. That's the factual statement, correct? Or I can tell a sentence, I am reading a story to a child in a room.
Yeah.
Correct? One is an action or one is an assertion or an affirmative statement. The other one is an action.
Okay.
Is there any other form of sentence I can construct?
Mm. You can ask questions.
Absolutely. Perfect. Very good, Neil. You can ask a question. The question will answer either in a fact or through an action. Is that true? Is there a tree outside your house? Or where is the tree?
Yeah. You can. Yeah.
Correct? Or what are you doing now? What are you reading? That's an action. So even the questions, I can bucket them into these two parts. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other thing, anything else that I can do that will form a sentence? No? Yeah, think through and come back. But essentially in Sanskritam also, okay, now even before we go to Sanskrit, let us take the first sentence I said. What was that? I am reading a story to a child in a room. What is the verb? What is the verb?
Reading.
Reading is the verb. Correct? So the moment I say reading, I can ask many questions, just like what Neil said, which will give me many answers. Who is reading? Who is reading?
I am reading.
I am reading. Correct. Who is reading? I am reading. Simple. Right? Okay. Pranav. Who is reading? I am reading. What am I reading?
Sir, the book.
Story. Okay. Book or the story. We will take the story for now. I am reading a story to a child in the room. Correct? That's what I said. Where am I reading?
Sir, in the room.
In the room. Right? Anisha. To whom am I reading?
To a child.
To a child. To this statement, I can also add, I am reading a story to a child in a room with my eyes. Or with my mouth, whatever. Correct? With what am I reading now?
Sir, with the mouth.
With the mouth or with the eyes, whatever you want to take it. Correct? So this is how I can construct sentences. So to understand any sentence in any language, the simplest thing is to catch the verb. The moment you get the verb, or if it's an affirmative statement, the existence, then you can ask a lot of questions around that. And then understand what the question, what the meaning of the sentence is. Is that right? That is how any language is to be, any statement or anything is to be deciphered. True? Anybody has a challenge? Anybody having any challenges with this? Everybody has understood what I've said? Shraddha?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now you will give me one sentence.
They are climbing the tree.
They are climbing the tree. Okay. They are climbing the tree outside your house.
Yes.
Can I add? I'll add something more.
Yes.
Okay. With a rope.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll start with Athar. What is the verb?
Sir, climbing.
Climbing. Climbing is a verb. Very good. And climbing. Anisha, who is climbing?
They are climbing.
They are climbing. Correct. Okay. Then Adikshit, what are they climbing?
They are climbing the tree.
They are climbing the tree. And Viren, where are they climbing?
Near a tree? No, near the house.
I said outside your house. Okay, outside the house. With what are they climbing? Shriya,
Sir, they're climbing with a rope.
with a rope.
Sir.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I said. So you can construct it this way. So let us, every shloka, everything that you come across anywhere in any Sanskritam, this one, all you need to do is, all you need to pick up is that one quintessential action that is happening there. Around that, you can construct everything. If there is no action, it is there. It's a statement, basically. Okay. Now we'll try to decipher a lot of things like this throughout these sessions. Interesting? Shall we do it that way? Okay. Let's take the very first shloka that I taught you. What was that? Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavata narayanena swayam vyasena gratitam purana munina madhye mahabharatam ashtadasha advaitamritavarshinim bhagavatim ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim. Okay. There are 3 verbs in this. Let me list them down. What are the 3 verbs? You might want to, all of you might want to write it down or just make sure that you remember whatever I'm saying. I'll ask you questions about this. The first verb is Pratibodhitam. Pratibodhitam. Okay. What does this word Pratibodhitam mean? What is Pratibodhitam? Anybody who knows what is Pratibodhitam? Nobody knows? Okay. I'll give you the answer. Anywhere, wherever you see Buddh, Bodh, etc., you can saw. Yes, Pranav, you want to say something?
Sir, the meaning of, by what I know, the meaning of Pratibodhitam is like to tell someone or to give knowledge to someone.
To give knowledge or to tell someone. Very close, but I will tell you the exact meaning.
Okay, sir.
Both usually has got something to do with intelligence. Buddhi. Okay. Buddhyate. All these terms are all usually used to with something to do with intelligence. So when you say bodhitam, bodhitam itself is a word. Prati is something that is a prefix that is added. It becomes pratibodhitam. It enhances the quality of bodhitam. Bodhitam itself is a verb. Okay. So bodhitam means to make someone, it was very close what Pranav said, that it is to make someone learn, or the correct way of looking at it is to make someone realize something. Pratibodhitam is to make someone really realize something. Bodhitam, pratibodhitam. Now the question is, who made whom to realize what? Correct? I can ask this question. Now the whole sentence becomes very easy. Correct, no? What is it? Parthaya pratibodita bhagavata Narayanena swayam. Now tell me, who made whom realize what? Yes, Anisha.
Sir,
One
Krishna
minute.
made Sir,
Ah.
Krishna made Arjuna realize that if he doesn't fight the war, then there will be like no point of him practicing for 13 years.
Correct. That's absolutely true. But that is all the 18 chapters that you have given me the gist. I am just asking for the first line. Okay. So I said, who made whom realize? You said Krishna made Krishna made Arjuna realize. Now, in this statement, Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. Okay. Where is Krishna? I didn't say anything about Krishna in that statement. How do you know it is Krishna? Anisha? Anisha, you're there?
He's
You're on there.
in the middle of Mahabharata.
Middle of Mahabharata is later. Shraddha, you want to say something? She said Krishna made Arjuna realize. How do I know in this statement? Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. Who is Krishna and who is Arjuna?
Sir, I'm not sure about it.
You are not sure about it. No problem. Anybody who can think and give a, can you make an educated guess? Okay, Shri Hamsini wants to talk something. You can
I'll
type
try
out the
my
word.
Yes, sir. Sir, Partha is no one other than Arjuna. And
Okay.
then so that's why we call Partha Sarathi another name for Krishna.
Okay.
So,
Partha is Arjuna. Okay.
and then Bhagavatam Narayanena Swayam, which is the person who is making Arjuna realize is none other than Narayana, which is Krishna himself.
Okay. Good. One more person raised their hand. Who was that? Shriyan raised your hand. He lowered it after that. Okay.
Sir, I thought of telling something, but I could not get anything.
You thought of saying something, but you could not get anything. So Shri Hamsini is right. So the word Parthaya, to Partha. This means to Partha. Something was made to be realized by Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. Krishna is an avatar of Narayana. Do you all know this? Anybody who does not know Krishna as an avatar of Narayana? Shriyan, yes.
I didn't know that.
You did not know that. Okay. Very good. So, in our story, in our Puranas, we have what are called Dashavatara. Okay. They are the 10 avatars of Narayana. Who is Narayana?
Sir, God?
Sir, Krishna.
Krishna is a form of Narayana.
Yeah, the roop of Krishna. I mean,
Narayana. Pranav, yes, tell me.
Sir, it's Vishnu. He is the form of Vishnu.
Yeah, so Narayana is the Almighty God or the Almighty, ever present, ever. This one we'll discuss about Narayana some other time. Okay, so there are 10 avatars he has taken. Okay, the 8th of that was Krishna. What was this previous one? Anybody who knows what was the previous avatar before Krishna? No?
Sir,
Yes.
is it Vishnu?
Vishnu is Narayana. Vishnu is a synonym for Narayana. Okay. Pranav, yes. You are muted.
Rama.
Rama. Perfect. Very good. Rama came before Krishna. So we'll talk up to Krishna, who are all there. First one is Varaha. All of you are going to come back to me next class and tell me who are all these people. Okay, that is the homework for this week. Varaha. No, sorry. Kurma, Matsya, Varaha, Vamana. Okay. Narasimha. Parshurama. Sri Rama. Sri Krishna. Eighth was Krishna. Avatars of Sri Vishnu. Yes, Neil. Correct. Absolutely right. So you have to tell me 8 avatars and each 8 of them have a story of their own. Okay. And each one of you is going to come back to me with a story next class. Will you all come back? Okay. Good.
Sir, can you please repeat the names?
Okay. Matsya. Matsya. I'll type it out in the chat also.
Okay.
All of you can read Devanagari, or do you want me to type it out in English?
Sir, English is
English is good. Everyone likes English for some reason. Okay. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Vamana, then Narasimha. Okay, these are the 8. 2 more we'll see later, some other time. These 8 you can take. You'll have to all come back to me with what these 8 are. Okay?
Sir, I can't see the 8.
You can't see? There is one Matsya. Can you see Matsya?
Sir, you sent it to me directly. I haven't sent it to everyone.
I see. For some reason, yeah, I have sent it to only Sri Hamsi. Yeah, I have to make it to everyone, no? Everyone in the meeting. Right. Yeah. Now you'll see. Now everyone will see. Everybody is making a note of them. Sri Hamsini had to tell the story. Next week she'll tell. Once she is well, once she becomes all right, she will tell the story of Bharata, Dushyanta, Abhignana Shakuntala, Dushyanta and Shakuntala. Okay? Correct, no, Sri Hamsini?
Yes, sir.
Oh, take rest. Take care for now. Okay. So Sri Krishna was an avatar of Bhagavan himself. That was the unmanifested Bhagavan. What is Bhagavan? What is God in our concept of scheme of things? Adikshit had asked that question. Who created God? We will answer that question someday. Tomorrow, to some extent, Pooja madam will answer it in some sense. Okay. Krishna, Balrama, Kalki, Buddha, Krishna, Balrama, Kalki. Okay, we will keep that Kalki and this one for now. We will go up to Krishna. So, Bhagavata Narayanena. That is what is meant by Bhagavata, by Narayana, to Partha, something was made to be realized. Okay? This is what happened. The next thing is, it says, Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam.
Sir's internet is on.
Okay, I'm sorry, I had to go there. Okay, so what were we saying? We said there were 8 avataras. Then I said, Parthaya Pratibodhidam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. We finished that part. Everybody understood what that means? Okay. Then it said, Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina. Now, Gratitam is the next verb. What does Gratitam mean? Has anybody heard of the word Grantha? Shraddha, have you heard of Grantha?
Yes, sir.
What does Grantha mean?
Sir, I think spiritual text.
Grantha is, it's a text.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The one who write, the way of writing the Grantha is by Gratita. That is how the word Grantha comes to begin with. How do you make a Grantha come? By Gratayati. Yeah, Gratayati is Gratayet sa Grantha. Okay. So, Gratitam. Somebody wrote something. Now I can ask the same question. Who wrote it? So, who wrote it? Do I have an answer in this statement? Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam. Who wants to say this? Yes,
Sir, did Krishna write it?
no, Krishna did not write it. I said Krishna made Arjuna realize it, but he did not write it. Yes, Pranav.
Vedavyasa wrote Mahabharata.
Vedavyasa wrote it. That's why it is called Vyasena Gratitam. Vyasena Gratitam. And who is Vyasa? Purana Munina. He also wrote Puranas. And where did he write it? Somebody had said Madhye Mahabharatam. What is it?
Or in the middle of Mahabharata.
In the middle of Mahabharata. So the moment I know a verb, I can start asking questions and quickly I'll get answers. See? So straightforward, no? Okay. So then it says Advaitamrita Varshini. Amrita Varshini. We all know what is Amrita. Who knows what is Amrita?
Sir, is it water?
Amrita is not water. Amrita is not water. Huh?
Nectar.
Nectar. Who said nectar?
Sir, I don't.
Yeah, Sri Amsini said nectar. Okay, you are into a lot of Greek and Latin. This one, great, fantastic. Okay, who can tell me a little better than a word, little better than nectar? Pranav, I'll just hold on to you for a minute. Anisha and Neil, anything do you know about Amrita?
Sir, it's like Amrita, like Amrit. Like if you drink it, then you will not die.
You will
Something
not
like that?
die. Very good. How do you know it is you will not die? How does the word Amrita comes? Okay. I'll just explain this in a little detail. Neil, what were you wanting to say?
Sir, I wanted to say the same thing.
You wanted to say the same thing. So there is this concept of quote unquote immortality. Have you all heard of the term immortality?
It means that we can never die.
We can never die, right? Absolutely. So the mortals are those who die, immortals are those who never die, live forever. Now, Mrita is something, the word mortal also comes from the root word called Mrita. Okay, Mrita is dead. Okay, but the meaning of Mrita is very, very different in our scheme of things. Tomorrow, Pooja madam will explain something when she talks about who am I. Attend that session whenever she's conducting it. Okay. And then there is immortality. What is it? That is here, the way to take it is that which is permanent. Not about death and living and dead and everything. That is a very narrow concept of life. That which is permanent, that which stays beyond, that was there before my life, that is there during my life, that will be there after my life also. Correct? Can we think of it that way? Can we expand the horizon? Yes, Shriya.
Sir, does that mean that gods are immortal and we are mortal?
Sorry?
Sir, does that mean that gods are immortal and we
Ah.
are mortal?
Gods are immortal. Very good question. We'll discuss this question in 2 classes from now. Okay?
Okay.
Gods are immortal. Very important point. First, let's realize who are we and who are gods. Once we know that, then we can say, okay, that person. Then we
Sir,
can.
gods aren't immortal, sir.
Gods aren't immortal. Shriyamsini is adding in some very valuable
Sir,
insights.
because whenever any kind of asura or anyone prays and asks them for a boon of immortality, the time all the gods will tell that everyone has to die a certain time, everyone who's born. So we ourselves will die one day when because we too are born.
Okay, very good. She has read a lot of Puranas. Now she has come back with good statement. We will discuss this 2 weeks from now. Park it there, Shriyamsini. Good point there. Okay. Now that which is permanent. There is something that is permanent. Okay. Just keep it at that. Amrita. Varshini. What is Varsha? Yes, Satar.
The rain.
Rain. Very good. That which is raining with Amrita. That which is raining down the whole thing which is always permanent. Advaitamrita Varshinim. Ashtadashadhyayinim. Okay. Bhagavatim. Bhagavatim is another synonym for Bhagavan, Bhagavan, Bhagavati. So we have both male form and female form. Bhagavati is the female form. Bhagavan is the male form. Okay. Madhye Mahabharatam. Ashtadashadhyayinim. I think we discussed it in the first session also. 18 adhyayas. Ashtadasha. We'll go through that. Eka, dve, treni, chatvari, pancha, षट् सप्त अष्ट नव दश 10 एकादश द्वादश त्रयोदश चतुर्दश पंचदश 15 षोडश सप्तदश अष्टादश नवदश अथवा एकोनविंशति विंशति 20. That is how Sanskritam goes. Ashtadasha 18 chapters, 18 adhyayas. Amba. What is Amba?
Mango.
Amba is mango. That is in Marathi.
Sir, it is mother.
Amba means mother.
Amba means mother. Okay. Hey Amba. Amba can also mean cow. Okay. Amba is mother. Usually mother. Hey Amba. Hey mother. Because we treat Bhagavad Gita as a mother for all of us. She is so kind. She is so gracious. She has given so much to us. Tvam. I bow down to you. And there is one more term. Anusandadhami. That is also a verb. Anusandadhami. What does Anusandadhami mean? Very big word. That I will always follow no matter what. Anusandadhami will mean I will follow this. Hey Amba, I will follow you no matter what. You are my mother. So we all love our mothers. Correct? You always want to be with our mothers. Correct? No? Just like that, I will follow you. I will always be with you. Whatever you say, I will do. Bhagavad Gita, hey Bhagavad Gita, Bhavadveshini, I will do this. That is what this shloka is telling us. Okay, and that is the Dhyana shloka. This is what we all said. Hey Bhagavad Gita, we are all going to follow this. So we should always be with us. Okay? That is the first shloka which it is saying. Now, the question comes, why should I read this Bhagavad Gita? There was an adjective used for Bhagavad Gita. What was that? Something that reigns. Advaitamrita Varshini. We all said Amrita is something that is good, that will make us all. We defined it as something that will be permanent. We want to understand that which is permanent, that which we will always be. Pooja madam will probably elaborate this a little more in tomorrow's class. Okay. Ambatva manusandadami. To understand this, what is the difference between what is impermanent and what is permanent? We all said we want to be happy. And we want to be happy forever. Correct? Nobody wanted to be sad. How to be that happy forever state or that joy state? Even when sad things are happening to me, can I take that in the right earnest? Can I take that in the right way? Okay? Okay. Now, let me ask you all we'll do an activity now. A simple activity. Okay? I want a volunteer. Who will volunteer? Somebody who is not volunteered. Riyan, you have volunteered so far. 1 minute. Let's see who has not volunteered. Shraddha will volunteer for now. Okay?
Okay,
Unmute yourself. I'll also pin you down here. Okay. What you have to do is, without moving your lips, okay? You have to tell the name. You have to call out Pranav without moving your lips.
Sir, it won't be possible.
It won't be possible. Why?
Yes. Because when we talk, we have to move our lips. That is the action
No,
of doing.
that is not true. Okay. Can you pronounce your own name? Let us see. Will you move your lips or not? Just
No,
open
sir,
your
that
mouth.
also
Huh?
no.
Open your mouth. Okay, that part is accepted. Without the lip moving anywhere up or down, or rather without that, can you say Shraddha?
Yes, sir.
You can say, but can you say Pranav?
No, sir.
No. Can you say Anisha? Say Anisha.
Yes.
Say Anisha. Anisha. Say you did not move your lips. Say Neil. Neil. Say Atharv.
So for that also we have to move.
You have to move. See. Shriyan.
Shriyan.
Shriyan. Adhikshit.
Adhikshit.
Adhikshit. You don't need to move. See, there are so many where you don't need to move.
Sir, I can tell Pranav without moving my lips.
Sorry?
Sir, I can tell Pranav without moving my lips.
Please, let us see.
Pranav.
You just closed it, but there was a movement which nobody noticed. That is not without moving.
Okay.
Or you are moving, making it nasal sound. Pranav. Pranav. No, I said Pranav. You can't do it. Right. Now, this is a very important science. I'll teach you something today. Yeah. We all have, there are about 8 places, or there are 31 places in our facial system from where sounds can originate. Did you all know that? Nobody knew that? Okay. The key places where they can come from are from the voice box right here. Okay. Say touch, all of you touch your this one and say
It sounds like
Uh,
vibrating.
it vibrates. Necessarily comes from here. Okay. Now, touch here and say E. Same place. E. Is it coming from there? No, it is not coming from there. You have to move up here. A was here. E is here. E. 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 Okay. Then say ta. 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 Where do you think your ta is coming from? No, ta is not coming from there. You are all pointing to this part. No. Who is there now? Let us see. Neil.
I think it comes from your tongue.
It comes from the tongue, but it does not come exactly from your tongue. It that sound ta, da, na. That whole thing can be made only if your tongue touches the upper part of your jaws. Ta. If it is not touching, there is no way you can say ta.
Okay.
Keep your tongue straight and tell me ta. Let us see.
The. Okay, I just said the next line.
That's right, right? So very good. Okay, let's continue. Ta. Ta. Okay, we'll do another exercise. Athan, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Keep your mouth open. Keep your mouth open. Okay. Now pronounce ta without closing it.
Ta.
You closed it. So if your teeth don't come together, there is no way you can pronounce ta. Only when your tongue is stopped by your teeth can you correctly pronounce ta. Ta, tha, da, dha, na will necessarily mean your tongue is being stopped by your teeth.
Sir, we can pronounce ta but not the.
Very good. Ta can be pronounced but not ta. The ta will necessarily need your teeth action. Okay. So that's why babies, they will not be able to pronounce ta, or people, old age people who would have probably lost their front teeth. They will say la, la, le. For ta, they end up becoming la. Okay. In a lot of ways, these things can happen. That's why these things go wrong. Okay. And we discussed pa, ba, bha, ma cannot be pronounced without your lips moving. Never observed this? Okay. All of you, one exercise for all of you. Dashavatara is one, the second exercise. All of you will come up with one sentence, one full sentence, which will not use this part being used or this part being used or this part. One you will omit and frame the sentence. So you will not have any labial movement or lips movement in one sentence. In one sentence, you will not have any teeth movement. One sentence, you will not have anything where your tongue touches the upper part. Can we do that? Is it interesting? Whenever you speak, be very careful from where your sounds are coming. The moment you become aware of that, the quality of your language improves dramatically. Okay? Any questions on this?
No, sir.
No? Okay. Now, this is a science that was developed about 3,000-4,000 years ago by Panini Maharshi, at least 2,500 years ago by Panini Maharshi. Have you all heard of Panini? Yes, Atharva has heard of Panini. Okay, who has heard of Renan Martin? Renan Martin. Nobody has heard of Renan Martin? Shriyansini has heard because she is doing a lot of SAT things. Okay. Anybody else? Nobody has heard of Renan Martin. Renan Martin used to be one of the greatest books on English grammar, but that book is now outdated. In 100 years, this became outdated.
Sir, I have a Red Martin book.
You have a
I
Renan
still
Martin.
have.
You good. You do still have it, but do you know that book has become outdated?
Yes,
and
sir.
now Grammarly has replaced it in a lot of ways.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the Western languages like English, for instance, French, English, German, all the German to some extent is not. English, mostly English, is still an evolving language. Grammar of that language changes very frequently. Yeah, it may sound very contrary to what I'm saying here, but that's a fact. Last 45 years, things have changed. Nobody was using active voice as much as they are using today. When I was writing my thesis, they said no active voice. You should write only in passive voice. Have you all heard of active voice and passive voice? No? Okay, I'll give an example of active voice and passive voice. I read a book. This is called active voice. Okay, I read a book. The book is being read by me. This is called passive voice. Both mean the same. Any difference in the meaning? But the way it is put forth is different. Okay, so there is a very strong difference that comes out in the language of English. Whereas the rules of grammar for Sanskritam, for a language like Sanskritam, was set 3,000 years ago, and still we are following the same rules. There is no change. Absolutely no change. In fact, to the extent that somebody tried to change it and that person got kicked out because his rules were all wrong. Okay, that is the beauty of this language. And as I just said, why that beauty is there? Because you know exactly where you are pronouncing what from, and what you pronounce is what you write and what you do. Okay? I'll give an example in English that is contrary to this. Let us say PUT. What is PUT? Yes, one of you, Athar, can tell it. Yeah.
Put.
Put. Okay. Anisha, what is BUT?
But.
But. Why is BUT not but?
Sir, they're pronouncing the same you different in the two words.
Yeah. Now, this sort of a problem will never occur in Sanskritam. Contextually, you don't need to change your pronunciations. Yes, Adikshit, you have something to ask?
Sir, like we read the things which are front of us. We don't need to pronounce something else.
Yes, that is true with most Indian languages. Almost all Indian languages, apart from Tamil is a little different, but yeah, otherwise all other languages are the same. Okay, so that is the beauty of Indian languages. Okay. Now let me give you one more example, one more beauty of this. Okay. Okay. Have you all heard of this term called Rasva and Dirgha? Anybody who's heard of Rasva and Dirgha? Yes, Athar is raising his hand. Apart from Athar, anybody else? Nobody has heard. All of you have English or all of you have an Indian language as a language, as a third language at least. Athar has, Shriyan has, Shriyamsini has, okay, Viren has. Okay, Viren, what language are you learning in school?
Hindi and Kannada.
Hindi and Kannada. Both are very similar in their writing. Okay. So in let us say in Hindi or Kannada, have you heard of Rasva and Dirgha?
Sir, can you say again?
Rasva and Dirgha. No? Okay.
Sir, I learnt of Dirgha but not Swarga.
Okay. Rasva is basically the short form of the I. Yes. Shriyamsini, you want to say something?
No, sir, I've heard of Rasva and Dirgha.
Heard of Rasva and Dirgha. Shriyan has also heard of Rasva and Dirgha. Correct? Anything else? Shriyan, you want to add?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, the is Rasva. That is the short form. Is long. That is Dirgha. I, Rasva. I, Dirgha. U, Rasva. U, Dirgha. Okay. That's how it goes. Now, this typically anywhere between 48 and 52 letters, 46 and 52 letters are there in all Indian languages. Okay. Now, English, how many letters are there in English? Yeah, one of you can unmute and answer.
26. 26.
26 letters are there in Indian languages. Neil has said 26 also. Good. Okay, 26. Now, what is the need for 46 letters when you can do with 26? It's easy to just remember 26. No, why am I learning 46 here? I mean, it's a waste of my time. No? 46, 52, so many, double of this. I have to remember so many things. Is it painful? It's painful. I agree.
Sir, while learning, it's a little painful, but when you already know that, then it's easy.
Yes, once you know something, it's always easy. Once you know how to climb the tree, it's very easy to climb and act. It's only when the baby is a monkey, when the baby monkey is there, only that finds it difficult to climb the tree. Once we know things, it becomes easy. That is true. That's true for anything. Now, there is a very specific reason why so many letters are required. If you look at the structure, next time, the whole set of letters and show you how exactly it works. As I just said, if I say it comes from here. Similarly, ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, all will come from here. All of them will come from here. Similarly, E will come from here. Similarly, cha, cha, ja, ja, nya will come from here. Okay. U is, you need to curve your mouth. U. There's a combination of two things which happens here. The air has to come out very differently.
Sir, I try to do oo without opening the mouth.
Can you?
Ooh.
That is nasal. That is coming out from your nose, not your mouth. Okay. A. Ta, ta, da, dha, na. That will come from the tongue touching the upper part. So it's impossible if you don't have the upper part, it is not clear, you cannot do it. Similarly, you need the teeth to pronounce ta, tha, da, dha, na. And lips for your pa, pha, ba, bha, ma. Okay. Now, if you don't have this knowledge, if your letters are based on this knowledge, then it becomes very, very different and you will cover pretty much all parts of your body. All parts of your, facial system. Wherever sounds can originate, you'll produce all forms of sounds. Then there is no confusion between whether if I'm saying Amma, what you're seeing, what you're hearing is exactly the same. True? That's why we need 52 letters. 52 is the maximum. The Kannada has 52. All others vary from 46 to 46 to 52. 46 is, I think, in Hindi. Marathi will have 48. And yeah, it varies. It varies a little here and there. But totally, there are so many of them. But all these are very, very critical. That is why this is the most developed language in the world.
Sir?
Huh?
Sir, is that true? Is it true that Sanskritam is the first language?
First language may not be, because there was a language before that. Perhaps that was the Tamil is thought to be of a similar ancestry and old this one. But yeah, in terms of a grammar and developed vocabulary and developed this one, Sanskritam definitely is the oldest, and it's also the mother of all languages, including Tamil for that matter. There's a reason for it. There's a reason why it is so. Okay. But in terms of communication and communicative language, Tamil to some extent will be there. Okay. So that is there. So you have Sanskritam, which is so beautiful. That's why it's so when somebody sings something in Sanskritam, whether we like it or whether we know the language, whether we don't know the language, we get a sense of what is happening in that language. If you know Sanskrit, if you don't know Sanskritam also, you can make sense of what is happening. Anybody? Yes, Adiksha.
So sometimes if you are thinking really deeply in it, so you'll get goosebumps.
You get goosebumps. Very good. Have you had any goosebump experiences?
Yeah.
Very good. What can you elaborate? Are you willing to elaborate?
Like so like sometimes I have heard Sadhgurus chanting for that, like
yes, Vedic chanting. A lot of times Vedic chanting can create such things. A lot of times you get a sense of what is happening without even you knowing the language at all. And that's true for anyone, because all these sounds are something that is internal to us. We have not forced a sound to be there, created a sound and created a confusion in the way that BUT versus PUT. Okay. This sort of creates a sense of, you can imbibe a sense of it. If I say, for instance, Vidya dadati vinayam. Vidya dadati vinayam. Anybody who can make sense of it or at least vaguely can understand something? No. No. Vidya dadati vinayam. It says, Vidya. Vidya is knowledge. Gives something mild. Hey, Kopi, kimartham karishyasi. This you can make out what I was saying. The second aspect of Sanskritam is it's a very expressive, or any Indian language, is that they are very expressive. Deeply expressive. Let me give an example. Okay. Nowadays, all of you have seen Google Maps and have all gone through Google Maps, no? What is the Google Map? What do you do with Google Maps?
Sir, you search the area, just see where is the area.
Search the area. Or Anisha, have you ever navigated using Google Maps?
Yes, sir. Like when we are going to, like in a car, we are going for some nearby trip, then we use Google Maps to get the direction.
Get the direction, and that will keep telling turn right, turn left, go straight, etc., etc., etc. Right? Now, there was a time when internet did not exist. Forget Google Maps. How many of you can imagine an era without internet? Forget internet, even computers.
Sir, they used to see the stars and
They used to see the star. Yeah, that was an old time. I'm not talking so far off.
Sir,
I'm talking of just my time. Huh?
Did they even have entertainment?
How did they even have entertainment? Perfect question, Shriyan. I love that question. How did they have entertainment? Yes. That's why they used to have Puranas. They used to tell stories. They used to get together, sit somewhere and tell stories to people. Physically meet.
Sir, there were many games which they used to play.
Lot of games they used to play. Absolutely.
Sir, what are they puppet shows?
Lots of them. Okay, tell me one computer game that all of you play. That any of you play. Huh?
Minecraft.
What is that?
Minecraft.
Roblox.
Huh?
Roblox.
Roblox. Okay, then.
Sir, Call of Duty. COD.
Call of Duty. Okay.
Fortnite.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Okay. Then. Roblox. Yes. Then, Neil, what were Among You?
Among Us.
Among Us. Ah, Among Us.
I accidentally clicked and right.
Yeah. Okay. What if I told you that all these games can be played without even a computer?
We can imagine it.
You can imagine it. They can be played. Viren is saying we can play it. How can you play it? Viren, you can unmute and answer.
Sir, by imagination.
By imagination. So what do you do in Roblox?
Sir, there are several games we can play.
No. Let's take Roblox as an example. What do you do? What is the game all about?
Sir, Roblox is an app which contains other games.
Correct. Okay. Let's take one game in Roblox.
Natural disaster.
Huh?
Natural disaster.
Natural disaster. Okay. What do you do in that game?
Sir, a giant wave of
The natural disasters will be coming. We have to survive them.
You have to survive natural disasters. Okay. Once upon a time, people had very natural disasters. There used to be flooding, there used to be drought, and people would naturally survive them.
They used to go. They have to go to higher spots to survive it.
Exactly. They would actually go up higher in the spot. They wouldn't be on the computer doing that work. I'll give a very good example. I'm assuming all of you are born after 2004. Anybody born before 2004? Nobody. In the year 2004, on December 23rd, 24th, there was a huge tsunami with suck. All of you know what's a tsunami? Athar knows what is a tsunami. Pranav knows what's a tsunami.
A huge wave of water.
A huge wave of water. What does it
Harbor
mean?
wave.
Sorry?
Go up to 300.
A harbor wave.
A harbor wave. A harbor wave is perhaps a little lower intensity. A tsunami is of a higher intensity. Much.
It can reach 12 to 15 meters.
More than that. It can go up to 20 meters also.
300 feet is the minimum amount of height it should go.
Not 300, 20 meters plus. 20-25 meters plus. Yeah, 300 feet is usually, 300 feet is about 80-90 meters. It can go much higher. Yes. So a tsunami was caused. Yeah, it is caused by earthquakes. Usually it's caused by earthquakes.
Sir,
And-
also underwater volcano eruption.
Or a volcano eruption. That's also true. Haiti was the last one where a tsunami and an earthquake struck in 2012. Now there was a huge tsunami that struck. Now what happens when tsunami strikes is the sea comes and engulfs the entire island. For instance, if there's an island, it can engulf the entire island. We lost a lot of these Andaman and Nicobar islands during that time. But there were some people in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the original aboriginal native or the tribal people in Andaman, who could actually figure out there was a tsunami that was going to come. Nobody else could figure it out. You know how they figured it out? Yes, Shriyan.
Sir, sometimes the water goes back completely and then it comes very high.
Absolutely.
And in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, there's a volcano. When it erupts, they understand there's going to be a tsunami there. So they get to higher grounds very fast.
So not necessarily always, volcano is a natural eruption there, but not all volcanoes lead to that, and volcanoes are not a good indicator. But you're right about water going back. It recedes. The sea recedes by hundreds, up to a kilometer and a half. It can recede.
Because of the there'll be a giant hole and hole under, and then the water comes rushing.
Right. Neil, you wanted to add something?
I was going to say the same thing, that you'll like hear roars from the ocean.
Correct. So it came, and then when the tribals in Andaman saw this, they immediately went to a higher ground, went onto a mountain and stayed. So you don't need natural disasters as a video game to know this fact. Okay, none of us knew this, right? Even in your natural disasters, this is not what is shown. What is shown is disaster management. Once the disaster strikes, it is not how to escape the disaster. What it shows is how to manage the disaster after it has struck. Am I right? There are so many people lying. How do you take care of them? What are the necessary things that you need to do? These are the things that are taught to you. Not how to escape that disaster or how not to create that disaster. Okay? Okay. So with this, we will stop here for today. Next class, I will show you something more interesting. How Indian languages are very, very expressive and how Bhagavad Gita helps in those. Okay? We will do that. Ask. Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Harihi Om. Astu.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you. All of you have a nice day too.
Thank you, sir.